And Israelis continue their brutal campaign against the Palestinians amid an international diplomatic push to broker a ceasefire after more than a week of bloodshed. The Zionist regime's bombing campaign has left Gaza's 2 million population desperate for relief. The United Nations UN said some 72,000 civilians have fled their homes following the latest attacks. Malaysia's former permanent representative to the UN, Sri Razali Ismail, says that there is more that Malaysians could do for the Palestinian.
Much of the world is condemning the attacks. Many are coming out in the streets in support of the Palestinian people. The latest violence sparked debate over the continuing U.S. military aid to Israel, with calls to stop the annexation of Palestinian land, to stop stealing Palestinian homes, to stop the bombing, and to free Palestine. The recent assault is seen to be an escalation of Israel to annihilate Palestinians by annexation, destruction, and population transfer. 80% of the Palestinian population live below the poverty line. Some of them have fled from conflict zones and moved elsewhere by registering at the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR. In Malaysia, the various social media platforms have been flooded with Free Palestine statements, and what Malaysia's social media users are doing appear to be of great help for the Palestinians, as this is a direct contribution to decades of Palestinian struggle. To Sri Razali Ismail, Malaysia's former permanent representative to the United Nations, much more could be done for the Palestinians.
What are we doing with the Palestinians in Malaysia? They are still, I think there are about 1,000 of them here. They don't have any status. They are just here because we allow them to come in, and that the UNHCR gives them some help. As far as the government is concerned, there is political help. We set up the Palestinian embassy and semuanya, but for the people of Malaysia, of Palestine here, the 1,000 I think that are here, we have not helped them in any special way. We can't help all the people that come and stay in Malaysia, the Rohingyas and all that, but we can help the Palestinians. I think we should give them a status of a sort that will allow them to work. There are only 1,000 of them. They should do it. I mean, our affiliation, our dedication to Palestine is so thorough in us. This we can do. And the ones that, if we deny the Rohingyas the same thing, they will understand, because these are Palestinians are very special to Malaysia.
The whole world needs to come together, voice its collective concern, speak with one voice, and deliver a unified action against Israel for its continuous disregard and clear violation of international laws. Sri Razali, who is also former Human Rights Commission of Malaysia Suhakam chairman, pointed out that the Tel Aviv regime does not represent all Israelis.
I think the Palestinians are a group of people that have been really every attempt has been made to break them down. For the Israelis, especially for Netanyahu, I mean, Netanyahu doesn't represent all of Israel. There are people in Tel Aviv, there are people elsewhere in the towns that are more progressive, that will want to take a chance living with the Arabs and with the Palestinians. But these people are not the ones that are running the country now. So we have to wait for some time before that happens. If those people begin to signal that they have the ear of the Americans, the President of America, then there can be a difference.
There are calls to cut political, economic or cultural ties, initiate global economic sanctions against Israel, and even initiate international efforts to remove Israel out of the UN itself for its refusal to live in peace and harmony with the Palestinians. All that to stop the ongoing Israeli brutality and protect the lives of the Palestinian people.